Hi, good afternoon. Before I explain briefly how to build a culture of compassion and care for employees and patients, I want to say thank you for the opportunity to be involved in this course and to stand here before you. My name is Cindy Milford and I'm a school health technician for Kensington, Chelsea. I was born in 1979 into a silent world unknown to my parents. At first, they didn't expect a hearing loss because at 6 months at birth, 6 months after birth, a technician had said my hearing was normal. Instead, he had found a few damaged brain cells. My parents refused to accept this and continued to search for the real answer, continued to prove that doctors were wrong. Still with no diagnosis at the age of 1 year old, my mother was determined to communicate with me and spent most of her time teaching me how to lip read. She did this by making me watch her as she mouthed each new silent word to me. Little did I know that this skill would get me into trouble later on, as I loved and still love to lip read other people's conversations when I really shouldn't be doing so. Finally, at the age of 2.5 years old, I was diagnosed with a hearing loss. My hearing loss was so severe that I needed hearing aids immediately. Without them, I couldn't hear at all. I managed to finish school and college, where I completed a secretarial and business diploma before heading to London. One evening, 2 years later, I was walking to the station and all of a sudden, my hearing in my left ear just went. I couldn't hear anymore. Several tests were done in the NHS and privately. No one could explain it. Why is this happening to me, I thought. What happens if the hearing in my right ear goes? Would I be able to cope in London, by myself, alone, far away from family and friends? Everyone, including my colleagues, were amazing. As I began to lose confidence in my hearing ability, they continued to put their faith in my skills rather than my hearing. About 5 years later, a guy at my church who worked for cochlear implant said there's no reason why I shouldn't have a cochlear implant, which is 20 times better than a hearing aid. I attended a year's worth of appointments with audiologists, speech therapists, and surgeons who made sure all my appointments were on time. They let me make my own decision whether to have the cochlear implant, as well as listening to my fears and preparing me for change. As a multidisciplinary team, they worked well together professionally, often making jokes and being honest, reminding me that they were human too. After 6 hours in surgery and 4 weeks in recovery, I was switched on. At first, it was weird, and I wasn't sure what I was hearing. I had to ask people for help, but they didn't understand what I was talking about, for they had already processed the sound, and to them, the world was quiet. This was frustrating, and I was very thankful for good hearing friends and colleagues who helped me distinguish the different sounds. It took about 5 years to hear like a normal person. I'm standing here now, 8 years down the line. Is it what I expected? It is more than I expected. It's one of the best things that's ever happened. Great feelings of pride, amazement, and wonder just fill me up whenever I make a phone call by myself, as this is something I couldn't do before. Why am I telling you this? I thoroughly believe that without a cochlear implant, I would not be pursuing exciting and new challenges such as this leadership training. My previous experience as a patient, along with this leadership training, has given me the desire to provide compassion and care to both my colleagues and patients that I come across. From previous experience as a patient, I know that care doesn't happen overnight. Using my experience, I would like to listen to each and every person, treating them as a human being, knowing that this will help them cope better with often stressful diagnoses. In my current role, I often screen children for hearing and vision and refer them to clinic for more thorough tests if necessary. I use my own personal experience as a support parent and children through changes. This course has really taught me a lot about myself and where I fit in a team. I really value being part of a team because they are encouraging and supportive, and it is where I learn the most, and without them, I couldn't do my job. It is a team like this that inspires me to want to go into leadership. I believe a culture of care means doing everything we can to support patients or colleagues where we are at. What is amazing is that I've had a cochlear implant, and as of that care I had from that team, I can help others now. Thank you for listening. Any questions? Oh, they're nervous.
So nervous, why are you so nervous? It's a great story.
Thank you.
The power of a patient story comes across so fully from that piece.
Yeah.
So every board meeting we have, which happens once a month, we start with a patient story.
Yeah.
And it just reminds us very clearly of what we're about.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
No, thank you for the NHS for giving me that.
You come so far from when I interviewed you for the programme.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.